no one is expecting negative data,
All right.
if you will, and everybody's expecting it to actually be better than what's available on the market.
What trial is it? Is it a phase 2, phase 3,
No, it's phase 3.
Oh, it's a big one.
So, yeah, it's a market mover.
All right.
So.
And the current drug out there is some.
Oh, it's a competitive market.
All right.
You have Keytruda, and then
Keytruda. Yeah, Keytruda.
Yes. Yes. And then you have Optivo, which is Bristol Myers Squibb, and then you have another drug, and it escapes my memory right now. I'd have to get in. So there's just so many drugs to think about. But unfortunately, it is a competitive market. But this one is for off-label combination, and it's also first line. So, as you know, they've already been approved of second-line treatment. Second-line treatment is basically what it says is first-line treatment is basically failing at some point during the treatment process. It will only be effective so long, and then the second-line treatment is what can save your life, extended. So, they are number one in second-line treatment. So
it looks promising. I mean, this is one of your favorite, other than the AUPH. This would be your second runner-up.
Yeah. This is people are swing trading it more so than day trading it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of investors in it too as well. It has been identified early on in 2019 as a possible buyout because of the fundamentals, because of their cash flow and their sales is strong.
And this drug, this combo drug that they have is used with many different combinations, right? I mean, that's the big thing.
Correct. And I'll post a link I have before of their drug trials. They have so many different drug trials right now going on, and they right now is aggressively expanding internationally, and with possible approval in Japan going to come this spring, and there's no reason why Japanese will not approve of it. So they're just keep on growing, and the good thing is that they're increasing their staff 20%. So think about that. To increase your staff that size, you wouldn't do that without good assurances that your earnings are going to be increasing.
And when you say that is happening, Steve is referring back to, he showed me a good thing about how AUPH started hiring before their trial came out, the results came out, and that was the main clue, or one of the main reasons I was really positive on that stock. And we're seeing that same type of action on EXEL. We're seeing that LinkedIn job posting, and there's like 14, right? There's like 10 to 14 jobs posted all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks for EXEL.
There's I just looked at LinkedIn this morning, and they're showing right now 69 job openings. Just alone.
69 job openings.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, when the company is only a little over 400 people. Yeah. So that's a lot. So.
Yeah, and then that's got to be a clue. That's got to be something that we have to pay attention to.
That's a positive, and it's so close to the drug data coming out. Again,
What do you say? Do you have
proactive?
I mean, just looking at it, in your personal opinion, we're trading here at 17. I was hoping for a bounce today and start to move back up. Where do you think this thing prices after phase 3? I know that's a loaded, tough question, but it doesn't seem to be priced in yet.
No, I don't think it is, because it did one of those. If you see the retracement there, it's like the institutions are trying to get cheap shares before the data release. I mean, you can see on the chart, the daily chart, how much it pulled back, institutions holding 80%. That's pretty high confidence level.
So why wasn't this move? Why wouldn't something like this move? And I always, this is always the question. Why did AUPH move down to $5 before going to? You always wonder if there is stock manipulation in these things.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, totally. When those institutions, obviously, they don't want to pay a higher price, just like we do. So they're going to manipulate it as much as possible.
So getting back to that, do you have a price target on this?
I like to rely on the median target price on anything.
What's that?
So there's a lot of good analysts out there, and you take the balance, and the median is the most safe bet. So on my platform, it currently has $23.
All right.
So it has a lot more room to run. But, that's not priced in this data.
Yeah, that's not priced in the data. All right.
No. So, the data's good. You can expect, I can guarantee it, you can expect,
We're figuring the last week of January?
Yes.
So maybe I should go away.
Yeah.
What do you think about? All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll post the link of the trial I did before, and I'll post it again. I have so many trials right now, but yeah, I'll post it.
Quite a lot of people interested in AUPH, of course. A lot of people coming in after the big pop and liking it. We both love this one still. I was thinking about this, reading up on it again. I read that deal reporter, that guy, the Rev Shark guy from the money link you sent me, and I know this guy from years ago. Actually, we were in the same circle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he put out his thing about, but it was mostly talking about the lupus drug. There was a small mention of the dry eye drug indication coming out, but I don't think anybody realizes, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I would think the dry eyes was beating Restasis head to head, right? When they're doing the trials with this dry eye drug, they're voclosporin, and they're doing it head to head. Are they doing it head to head against the leading drug right now?
Restasis is the number one, prescripted drug for dry eyes, and I read where it was annually, it was around 1.5 billion annual sales, but I also read where recently it was going to lose its patent soon. So I don't know if that's true. And the forecast is by 2025 that Greenleaf, the CEO of Arenio, did market research, I imagine, they say that the market size is going to be $4 to $6 billion by the year 2025 just for dry eyes.
What was the market size for lupus nephritis?
They said when former CEO Dr. Richard Glickman, who I talked to on the phone, the guy's brilliant. Yeah. He talked to me for half an hour on the phone about 2 to 3 years ago. But he said at that time it was maxed out around 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And of course, that all depends on the pricing of the drug and so forth. But
we're considering maybe that this dry eye thing will be another 1.5 billion minimum.
Oh yeah, when they see the market, another 5 years, it's going to be that size, $4 to $6 billion.
Yeah.
So that's nothing to sneeze at.
So with those two indicate, we're still holding out on this one being taken out probably by mid-year, right? Or at least after that trial. But you think there could even happen before?
Well, I stand by my statement. I said this all last year. It's either going to happen soon for disclosures. Within a month is reasonable for negotiation of the small company. They don't have a lot of pipelines, and It's pretty much straightforward negotiation compared to ARY, which was massive pipeline and you had a lot of royalties and so forth. So and there's no reason why this couldn't be taken over quickly, or the big pharma is going to wait for the dry eye data.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one or the other.
And when is the dry eye data due?
It's due in June-ish.
June-ish, all right.
I'll post that link too. What you know, you can imagine the bigger the pipeline and royalties, the more it needs to be negotiated, the longer it is to negotiate.
Yeah.
For example, with ARY, when Pfizer negotiated with them, it was based on midterm data that they came out with colon rectal cancer drug.
Yeah.
And that was the difference maker. Just like lupus nephritis with being a monopoly drug, ARY was not going to get bought out, my feeling, without that colon rectal cancer data, because the only other option for colon rectal is chemo. So as soon as that data came out and it beat chemo, that was a game changer. That is what they wanted. And they started negotiating by the minutes. Since I was in the buyout, I had access to all the minutes of the meetings, which was very interesting. They were going back and forth regularly with ARY for 6 months. They were doing their due diligence just like anybody else investing. They were constantly asking questions going forward. So they were meeting, I want to say, once a month with ARY, Pfizer was. And it took them 6 months before they bought them out. But
the stock price reflected that something was going on, because it was very strong.
Yeah, it did go up. Institutions were loading up, and especially when I noticed they hired an M&A lawyer from a big law firm there in your New York suburbs. So they hired them, and that was just icing on the cake. It was just a matter of when they could pull it off. So they what was ironic was they wanted to buy it for $45 a share, and at that time it topped off all-time high at $29, and I wasn't going to sell it because I knew what I owned.
Yeah,
you have to know what you own, So I knew that was an important drug that somebody was going to want, and so $29. I didn't sell it, and they wanted it for $45, but no, they got another $3 out of it, so it sold for $48 a share.
Yeah, that was amazing. Do you see any in your history of starting to follow these and becoming more knowledgeable on buyouts and these drug companies? Is there a common denominator, well, not a common denominator, but something that recurs during this that gives us a clue that negotiations are going on, other than institutionals loading up?
Well, that's a great question, because I ponder that all the time. I go back to there is indications that have suggested that there's a buyout in the works. Like I mentioned with ARY, you look at business trends, you look at how they're operating, but it comes down to, I hate to say this, but it comes down to, for me, in my education. When I know that somebody has a competitive advantage, I used to make up presentations that I had to deliver to the president of the company and all the boards. So you try to develop a niche product, and if you have a competitive advantage over your competition, you have almost guaranteed revenue and sales coming in. Yeah. So they want that. The CEOs want that new mousetrap. So that's, I'm not selling this AUPH.
No.
So somebody wants this. So there's nothing else out there with lupus nephritis. So they would have to, with that data, the benchmark is so high, they would actually have to cure lupus nephritis. So the benchmark is set, and right now there's no competition out there is going to beat this.
Now, there is a
data.
few drugs out there that are also doing their own trials for lupus nephritis.
Yeah, and that's like with any other disease.
But before,
they're all trying to.
By the time they come out with results, there'll probably be a point where this one will be negotiated for and taken.
Yeah, because the trials are so far out in advance. It takes a long time, and you know. So the drug itself, the safety is been proven time and time again with voclosporin. So and I said all along that this voclosporin is a compound that has many indications on, and Aurinia may not even know its full potential because they're still, you know, with any drug company, they're developing trials to see what they can take to market. So there may be other opportunities that they may not even be aware of, or they don't have the capital right now or expertise to develop. So we'll see how this plays out, but you know, I'm in it for the long haul. So. Yeah, I agree. I'm in it too, and I'm looking to actually add to it if we pull back. And I feel like it's not a bad thing if a stock pulls back. It's just sometimes it's just the way that things happen, and it's probably going to be an opportunity for people who haven't gotten into this yet to get it cheaper. You know. Yeah, there's always going to be people that are frustrated and don't have patience. Yeah. You know, where would Warren Buffett be if he didn't have any patience?
Yeah. EXEL here continue to push higher.
One of the richest men in the world.
You have a lot of great knowledge, Steve, and you've taught me a lot about researching these stocks, so I appreciate it. Do you have any anything else you want to mention? Any other things you're seeing out there?
No, not at the time. I did a lot of research trying to find any penny stocks that have potential.
I know. I did the same thing. It was like, all right, we got a lot of free money here. I'm gonna spread it around, find another one of these because that's a nice high you get from something like this, you know, and you want to always feel it. So
yeah, personally, for a penny stock, if I want to go long, I want to look at their financials. I want to see how their cash flow. Are they going to need to generate capital soon, or they got enough money to keep the lights on?
That's important.
So that's what it comes down to first, is do they have enough money to pay their bills? So
all right.
No, I flirted with putting in, like I did, I still have that SCYX. I'm waiting to see what it does. And yeah, and I did put some money into ACHV. Just flirted with it. Not a lot of shares, just to see what it does. They do have money. I don't know that much about it. I had to read up more on it because I didn't invest a lot on it. I was looking more from a technical standpoint first right now, and it's well oversold, and they have some cash flow, so we'll do a little bit more digging.
I think our stock of the week, though, is going to be the EXEL here. I think we're trending nice. The volume has drifted off, but the volume, it's still hitting the highs of the day. And
it reversed a lot.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your taking the time out. Enjoy your daughter today, and enjoy the chat. Steve's in the chat as Steve, Texas. Right? Steve of Texas?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man. Call, anytime you want to talk, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks again, man.
Bye, John.
Bye-bye. That's great. You taught me a lot. There we go. So EXEL here. EXEL is on the move. I'm going to bring that one up on the screen right now because that is a focus stock that we're both in, and maybe some of you guys are out there in it too. And again, the trials, we're a little bit more definite on the phase 3 trials being coming at the end of this month. So maybe today is the beginning of the new move up into trials. You never know, right? You never know. Liking it. Good stuff. We have a great team here with the members. You know, the ones who contribute. I always appreciate it. This show is nothing without you guys. Let's see what else we have here. Let's play a couple tunes, all right? I think I owe Paul a call. I owe Paul a call. I want to play a couple tunes here. We're going to take a 5-minute break. I'm going to get a Coke, and we'll just take it from there, all right? Let's see, what are we going to play today on a Monday? Mondays is usually my 80s day, so bear with me with my 80s music. This one is this one is called Iran. Iran. Hope you enjoy it. Hope it starts. Hope it freaking starts. Come on, Iran. Steve has put it on the link on that trial, those trials there. So, thanks, Steve. Oh, I put that square up there because that's where the tradometer came in and put in a sell signal right there. First sell signal on the ES on the tradometer. As you can see, is so far the best pullback, and it's holding a double top here. And I'm going to actually go on a limb and say we're going to pull back from here. Is the music playing yet? Come on. No, it's playing. Iran.